All right, y'all. Today, I'm gonna show you guys how to glue RC car tires together. So, right here, I've got some used wheels actually. I think these were some Proline wheels or something like that, that I actually just dismounted the tires from, the old tires, because they were really bald. So, a little tip, a little trick to dismounting your old tires is definitely, and you're trying to reuse the wheels, is definitely to get some acetone and get yourself like a 5-gallon bucket or something like that if you're trying to dismount a lot of tires. But you could use a smaller container if you're not dismounting, that many wheels and tires. But I just used a 5-gallon bucket. And then all you need is a little bit of acetone. Acetone is super cheap. You can get it anywhere. You can literally buy it online on Amazon. And that's it. I just did that and put it in the bucket and put the tires and wheels in the bucket. You don't have to pour the acetone on the tires and wheels at all. You can pour it in the bottom and put the tires and wheels in, and that's it. Make sure the container is sealed though. That is the most important thing because acetone evaporates very quickly. So pour the acetone in, put the wheels and tires in, and then in a day or two, you'll end up with your tires separate from your wheels. So, and it cleans it up really good. Like these wheels, like literally there's no glue residue at all left on the wheel. So the acetone does a really good job. Honestly, I left these in the bucket for a few days. And that I basically popped the old tires off by hand, like literally just pushed them really quick and off they went. So that's a really good method for removing your tires. I know there's lots of methods out there like cooking them in the oven and all kinds of stuff like that, but don't bother doing that. Just gonna make the wife upset. I would just be getting yourself a bucket, put it in the garage with acetone in it, seal it, done. That's it. Forget about it for a few days. Come back and boom, good to go. So the tires that were on here were really bald and garbage, so I dismounted those, got them off. Now I've got these used slightly but almost brand new BF Goodrich Baja TAs, KR2s. So I'm gonna end up mounting these up. They actually have blue foam inserts that are also used. You got to be careful if you buy tires off Amazon or something like that. Sometimes the foam inserts that they come with are completely garbage. It's literally the crappiest foam I've ever seen in my life. And you definitely don't want to use that. If you buy some really cheap tires off Amazon or something like that. So these are actually some good blue foams out of another set of BF Goodrich Baja KR2s. So yeah, that's it. A couple other things you're gonna need to mount your tires and wheels up. Right here I've got Proline tire glue. So another thing, definitely want to keep your tire glue in its bag that it comes in, because it's got a seal at the top, because this stuff will dry out and then obviously it's no good. So when they send you this, they will send you 2 little tips as well in order to dispense the tire glue. Now obviously the tips are one-time use, so after you use them, you're done. You've got to throw them away. And 2 obviously is not much. You only get a couple sets of tires out of it, whatever. Now, this is a really good trick for you guys. These right here are available on Amazon, these tips, and they're very cheap. They literally come in a bag of like 100. And I bought those, and these actually fit perfectly onto the tire glue bottles, as you guys are going to see in this video. And that's what I use to dispense a tire glue. So get yourself these off Amazon. These tips, can't go wrong. You can mount literally an infinite sets of tires with these tips. So another thing we're going to need for our tire mounting is these tire bands. So the specific brand that I've got are made by AKA. And basically all these tire bands are going to do is go around the tire after we've glued it, and all it does is help to put a little bit of pressure on the actual tire, and so that way the tire is bonding to the glue on the wheel correctly. So that's all. I use those, put them around the tires, and let them sit. So we're going to take these tires right here, and we're going to end up with something like that, except without the orange, properly glued. Not a lot of overage spill on the glue. You know, these are factory mounted Traxxas tires, so obviously they do a great job from the factory mounting these and don't get a lot of glue spillage around and that. So we'll see how good I do here. Hopefully we'll get them done here. Something else that you're gonna need here that I would recommend, not necessary, but I would recommend, because this glue is pretty nasty, is definitely get yourself some nitrile gloves, or latex gloves, whatever you prefer. That way, you know, you're protecting your hands, you know, get that glue on them. That's just not for me, you know. I'm trying to keep my hands clean and you know, not stuck together, not get my fingers all stuck together. So first here, let's get into this this glue bag. There we go. So I just keep a few tips right in the bag, so that way ease of access, right? And that way they're there. And obviously, yeah, I've got a decent bit of glue still left, so we can pull the lid off that. Definitely want to prepare your work surface too here, and you know, put some shop towels down or something, because you don't want to get this glue on your table. You know, and you're gonna have a mess there. You're gonna have a permanent glue on your table after that. So definitely want a little surface to work on. So we'll put some gloves on. And we'll get rolling here. So the first step to this process is definitely just mount the tires onto the wheels. So they're very simple. If you ever change foams out too, the foams actually are directional. So the foams will have a little ridge here on these you know, short course style tires, because these tires are actually have a smaller diameter on the outside, you know, than they do on the inside. The inside diameter is a lot bigger, so that ridge where it steps down will actually go on that outside diameter, versus the inside is a lot thicker on the foam there. So that's all, you know, for installing your foam. And then you know, to put your tire on the wheel, all you got to do is slide her on in and kind of work it around a little bit. You know, just work the edges here, get it in. There we go. There's the front side. And then same thing on the back, just kind of holding the wheel with one hand and then working the tire with the other hand here. All the way around. There we go. Now the tire is mounted on the wheel. Next is the fun part, of course, is gluing them. So we'll get these other tires and wheels out of our way here, and we'll get to gluing. So basically with the glue, all I do right here, make sure your tip's on good, is I kind of pull the wheel back with one hand, you know, or pull the tire back with one hand, and squeeze some glue out into the ridge there and into the seat right there. And then you're just gonna push that in, and you're gonna do that all the way around. So right here, just gluing that bottom edge real good. And put some glue right there on that outer edge and kind of stick it in. So doing it like that, you know, you're getting two forms of contact here with the glue. You're contacting this inner edge that'll sit directly on the wheel, and then you're contacting that little outer edge there as well. So kind of two angles of contact right there. And I mean, this stuff is very quick activating, so pretty much as soon as you let go of the tire, you know, it's pretty much activating already. So like right here, like I can barely, that side's a little wet there still, but like right here is completely bonded. That is not coming loose, yeah, and it's bonding very quickly. So you don't have a lot of time to work with this stuff. As soon as you apply it, I mean, it's on there. So that's kind of it right there. So I'll just go around and do the whole edge here, all the way around the tire. Kind of push that in, let it sit for a minute. Pull that back, put some more glue in. I'm barely squeezing the bottle here. I mean, it's almost, as I contact the tip to the tire, it's almost naturally flowing out. I'm just barely squeezing that bottle. There you go. And that's one face done there. So now I'll kind of just make a circle with my fingers and kind of push the tire in there all the way around a little bit, try and help it seat. Now we're pretty well, she's pretty well glued all the way around. Might need a little more right down in here. This edge is a little spaced out, but that's okay. Now we're pretty good right there. I mean, that's the front face, pretty well done. So there we go. Now we'll flip it around, go to the back. Kind of the same deal, except you got a lot less meat to work with here. So you kind of got to, I just used like 3 fingers here, and I'm holding the back side of the tire down. Of course, I'm left-handed, so it's a little, could be opposite for you guys that are right-handed. I'll just glue that whole bottom edge, push that in real nice, boom. That's it. Let that bond, and almost instantly, as you can see there, guys, it's she's bonded pretty good. So here you go, and that's it. I just do little by little all the way around. You know, you don't want to get crazy with it here, get too much. Just like that, and let it fall back into place. The back side of this is going to look really nice. Glue's laying in real nice. Tire's laying into its groove real good. Yeah, so I just peel that back nice so you can get the glue in real good. And like, same thing on the front here. We're gluing 2 edges here. We're gluing the bottom edge. It's going to sit in the bottom of the wheel there, and we're gluing that, you know, that top edge here. That's gonna help the bond there. You know, you got to have properly glued tires, especially if you're running on 3S batteries. You know, two cell, it is what it is. A little bit of glue, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? But you start running some high power 3S, you know, 4S batteries, you know, higher voltage, more speed. Obviously, you're going to spin the wheels faster, higher wheel speed. You got to have good glue and proper glued tires. So this is one step of the process here. Definitely going to make another video here and show you guys a little life hack with these hexes in here. Because obviously that's a major issue with all the RCs with their 12 mil hexes. As soon as you start putting some power down, putting the 3S power down, and you're running on grippy surfaces, you know, run on pavement and stuff, you'll start spinning those wheel hexes and destroying your wheels. And you know, no one wants to pay $40-$60 on a set of good tires and wheels, and then you destroy them one run because you decided to run your high power 3S battery and you just spun your wheel hexes out of it. So I'm going to show you guys in a future video what we're going to do here to the wheel hex in order to prevent them from spinning, and therefore they will literally never ever spin ever again with my little life hack. So there you go. So there's the back side all glued, really nice. We got no overage spillage at all, very little right here actually. But I mean, that looks really nice actually. That's pretty much a factory job. The front is pretty good too. The tire stuck out just a touch there, but that's really good. So this tire's done. That's glued. So now, when you finish gluing your tire on, I just like to take the tire bands here and just kind of wrap it right around that front edge here. Just like that. Boom. So there's on the front edge. And these tire bands, they come with 8 of them, you know, so you can run 2 bands per tire here when you're putting these together. and if you're putting a set of 4 together. And then there you go, right there on the back edge, just like that. So I'll run the bands around just like that, right in the front edge, right on the back edge, you know, and that way, you know, you're really helping seat the glue in there and help the bond. So that's it. You can set that one off to the side and begin the second one. It's the same sort of process, obviously. Put the tire into the wheel like that. Start pushing your edge around. Get your edge in real nice. There we go. Get the back in. We'll move the edge like that right there. Boom. There we go. So that's in, and now we can start gluing. This one, I'm actually going to do the back side first because of how smooth that went on the other tire there. Just to try and keep that streak going here. Nice smooth application. Bottom and this side groove like we talked about. So we should be really good there. So I'm going to be running these tires on my 4-wheel drive Traxxas Slash, which you guys are going to see more videos on here in the future. Just kind of getting the channel started. So, you know, I've got some really good places near me that I'm going to take these 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive Traxxas Slashes and definitely put them through the ringer. You know, we're going to bash them real good. We got lots of big jumps, big ramps. And I'm just going to show you guys some of the necessary upgrades you need if you're really looking to bash your Traxxas Slash reliably, you know what I mean? Because out of the box, they are very good vehicles. You know, they are pretty reliable for what the normal person is going to use. You know, like the normal person bashing and stuff in their driveway and in their backyard and stuff like that. But you know, you start hitting some big jumps and catching some air, you're going to start breaking some stuff. The good part about the Traxxas vehicles is most of the stuff is all plastic. So, and the good part is the plastic that they use really has a lot of give to it. So, in saying that, you know, you oftentimes you'll bend some stuff and whatever, you know, and the plastic will flex, but rarely you break stuff. Just some of the little stuff, you know, caster blocks and some steering blocks and stuff like that. But, you know, bend some metal parts, you'll bend some metal shock shafts and that. But I mean, the parts are so cheap that, you know, that's all right. I mean, I'm okay with bending a shock shaft or whatever. They're very easy to rebuild. So the parts are readily available, you know, all over the place, Amazon and your local hobby shop, of course. So yeah. But we're gonna do some extreme bashing. I mean, like 12 foot of air with a, you know, Traxxas Slash. We're gonna compare to like 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. You know, I can tell right off the bat, of course, my 4-wheel drive Slash is absolutely a lot heavier than the 2-wheel drive because there's a lot more moving components, you know, front diff and the dry shaft, and the motor placement though is a lot better in the 4-wheel drive. You know, a lot of the stuff is a lot more centralized, so I feel like the vehicle is a much better balance overall, because the 2-wheel drive Slashes are very rear heavy, of course. So you know, but the 2-wheel drive Slash is a very good trainer if you're learning to get into RCs, because one, you can hop off on Facebook Marketplace and find Traxxas Slashes for sale super cheap. I mean, you can find them next to nothing all day on Marketplace. So it's a great vehicle to get started, you know, especially if it has stock Traxxas electronics in. They accept a wide range of batteries, you know, especially if you get a Valenion. You know, you can go from a nickel metal hydride to get into learning how to properly take care of LiPo batteries, and then, you know, step it up 2S, 3S LiPo once you get your vehicle upgraded and running good, you know, and start getting into the high power stuff. So So there you go. We finished the backside there, real nice, good application. Once again, it's bonding all the way around really good. We got one tiny little spot there that I'm gonna try and this glue's got about a 15, yeah, right there on the bottle it says 15 to 20 second adhesion time. So that's relatively fast. You know, you can get a set of tires glued together here in, you know, good 10-15 minutes here and be done with it. So of course we're going to be a little longer here because we're making a video and explaining the process, but so with the tire bands, guys are probably wondering, how long do you leave these silly things on there? Well, to be honest with you, I'm gonna leave these on here for like a day or two and just let them sit. You know what I mean? Let them sit with that compression on them to help the glue bond. Even though the bond starts, you know, 15-20 seconds. Of course, the glue is gonna take some time to dry, and I want it, you know, to be adhered as good as possible, because you know, we're going to put these tires through the ringer here, run them on 3S lipos and that. So there we go, there's tire number 2, nice and glued up. Do 3 and 4 here and we'll be all done. You guys got to let me know in the comments too what other videos you want to see. I'm sure in the background of my footage here you can see my lipo chargers. So if you guys want to learn some stuff about lipo batteries, I've got some good chargers and kind of understand what's going on with your lipo batteries. So most important thing that I tell everybody about your lipo batteries is you gotta store them properly. So you need to get yourself a fireproof bag, you know, and I keep my batteries inside my fireproof bag with more fireproof bags inside of fireproof bags, because I'm a little paranoid, of course, of them lighting on fire. As you know, lipo batteries can be a fire hazard, but there's also ways to minimize that risk as long as, you know, you take care of them properly, including a proper storage charge and all that. So, but yeah, we'll have to save that for a future video. You guys gotta like and comment and let me know what you guys want to see. Of course, we're gonna have all kinds of stuff on this page, everything from, you know, stuff about racing, which you've already seen, you know, and then RC car stuff, RC racing. I've got lots of cool RC cars, including Mud Boss and you know, Open Sprint and Open Super Stock RC cars that I like to race. So we're gonna go exploring at some local tracks because I just moved to a new area, and we're gonna go find some good local tracks and see if we can get in on the shenanigans and race these RC cars and go see if we can pick up some wins here eventually and get our stuff dialed back in. But of course, we're gonna have some bashing on the channel, do some extreme bashing with our Slash 4-wheel drives, and we'll see what we can get done. See what we can break or not break. But yeah, we got some little upgrades and stuff to the 4-wheel drive. Now, in saying that, the 4-wheel drive compared to the 2-wheel drive on the reliability standpoint, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have like a bone stock 2-wheel drive from like 2014. It was my first ever RC, and I mean, I bash the heck out of that thing. Like, I run that thing through the ringer, and I have since I bought it originally, you know what I mean? And I'm just gonna replace the tip here because this one's getting all mauled up with some rubber and nasty stuff on it. So I'm gonna put a fresh one on. But you know, I've run that thing through the ringer, and it's pretty much indestructible. I can't lie to you. The two-wheel drive Slash. The good part about the two-wheel drive Slash is there's a very limited amount of moving parts. You know, the transmission, the motor's connected directly to the transmission at the back, so there's not a lot going on. You know, you got a spur gear and a pinion gear, and to be honest with you, they come with a cover on them, like a little gear cover from the factory, and I haven't even been running it with the cover. I mean, it's just so durable, you know what I mean? You don't even need to. It just is what it is. So I'm not really afraid of breaking the two-wheel drive. The only thing that gets a little weird on the two-wheel drive is the drive shafts on 3-cell. You know, they're plastic drive shafts, so you start getting nasty on the 3-cell running on tractioned up surfaces, and you're gonna start breaking them. And I mean, that's just the nature, you know what I mean, of the plastic with the 3-cell battery. I mean, you're gonna end up breaking some stuff. Now that's something for sure. The first time I took my 4-wheel drive Slash out on 3S was the slipper clutch was completely useless. I mean, all it did was slip. So I bought a slipper eliminator and just got rid of that. And then the next thing that happened was I broke a drive shaft. Now, I bought this Slash 4-wheel drive used, and I think the drive shafts were pretty beat up to begin with. So, I mean, that's to be expected that we broke a drive shaft there. Another thing you'll notice if you buy some cheap Amazon tires and wheels is your Amazon tires, or your Amazon wheels actually, will be extremely soft. So like these have some give to them, you know what I mean? But they're still pretty stiff. These supports in them are pretty good. I mean, they bend a little bit, but that's to be expected. You want a little give anyway, because if you have them solid, you know, you're really gonna break stuff on your Traxxas Slash. So you know, those Amazon wheels will have an extreme amount of give to them. I mean, the plastic's just not very good. So, you know, I mean, yes, the wheels and tires are a little bit more expensive when you buy some good stuff, but in the long run, it does end up being worth it there. So there we go. We'll do up our last tire here. That's it. There we go. We got all 4 mounted and glued up. We're all good. So now we got some new tires to go out and bash with. So that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you want to see more RC car action and some more how-to videos, and we'll do some stuff on how to maintain your car and everything and stuff like that. And make sure you guys comment and like and subscribe. Tell me what you want to see next. And thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. This is Randy's Autos.